Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 11.5, and I thought I'd start this video with a little bit of an update of where we are at the moment and what I've been doing off camera. The first thing you can see is quite apparent is what I've actually done is put an extra Gatling gun on the front of this SV, simply because I want a bit of a more of a knockdown with respect to drones going forward, and also the Xerax patrols, because one thing I do like is a center mounted Gatling gun. And the other thing I've also done is check the ship over very carefully, because when I was looking into devices, I actually found out that my one and only fuel tank was pretty badly damaged, when that was probably due to shoot through from all the various attacks. So what I actually had to do was effectively take out some blocks on the top in order to get inside to be able to repair the ship. And I think this is why it's quite important that once you've got the ability is to put in a repair base so that you can actually repair the whole ship. Otherwise you've got to indulge in that kind of very detailed type of maintenance. I still feel I need to boost the defenses on this ship, but what I really want to do is concentrate on getting the last of the neodymium so that we can get our capital vessel up, because I do want to get mobile as quickly as possible in this playthrough. And the other thing I've also done is a big thank you to who reminded me that I missed one of the loot containers. So what I actually did off camera is I came down to the abandoned bunker, I cleared that loot container, and the other thing I also did was, if you watched the previous video, there was the room that was sunken down. I went down into that room and picked up the resources in that room, and I'm going to be completely honest, there was nothing particularly that interesting there. It was pretty routine stuff, copper ingots, the usual obligatory multi-tools. And the other thing I also did was actually come over to here to the crashed DSC-2 mid, because I couldn't remember if I'd actually taken out all the thrusters from there, and in fact I had. And part of me wants to come up here to see is to effectively go through these crashed Titans now and recover the thrusters, and that's what I want to do. But more importantly, what I want to do is get into this area and see what's going on here. But we know what's going on over here. This is a pretty tough area. I'm going to need probably a hover tank to get into there. I'd like to get down into here. I know there's at least one base in this area, and of course we got the Elder's Tomb that I would want to do, but I want to leave that just for the moment. So that's what we're going to be doing in this part. What I really want to do is strip out any thrusters which I can use to get the things. See, my container controller is damaged. Wow. That's a bit bad. I can't remember where the container controller is. Let me just see here. There's a container extension there. Let me just retrieve that. There's the container controller. So we're just gonna repair that. Yeah, I missed that, I must admit. I'm just gonna drop that back in there. I did make a texture tool, but I'm not gonna spend time fixing that. Yeah, that was very close to a pretty fatal mistake actually. If I'd lost that container controller, I'd have lost all my storage. Come there. I suppose what I should do really is tag first of the Titans. So we're going to go up to the back. I know this won't be particularly that interesting, but I feel that, oops, I suppose I should go the right way. I feel it's something I really need to do, so we can then get up and start investigating moons and other objects. So we're just going to follow out the edge of the sun and see if we can get into this crashed Titan. And as I say, that this is going to be very much about pulling off the thrusters, and of course if we can get into any mischief in the process as well, that would be fine. So here we are. Got caught out a little bit by surprise there. Going to give the ship a little bit of a once over, just make sure that we didn't take too much damage. Yeah, look, you can see he was pecking away at the front of the ship here. Yeah, I got a little. Oops, we lost the front block here as well. the spotlight cube. Let me just pick that up. And I've got the hardened steel blocks to do the repairs. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I must admit, that caught me a little bit by surprise. I wasn't expecting to encounter some. And of course, the drone is going to be down underwater, so it's going to be a waste of time trying to recover it. Get in a little bit closer. I think that should be okay. Just get the thrusters. Why is the ship not? I think it'll be okay here. And I think we can just dive down. That's going to be too far, isn't it? Yeah. So we have to put the helmet on and get into first person. This is where we get bounced by a drone. So if there's no thrusters on here, we're not staying. I think I can. So that's really what I'm after, is the thrusters. Let's see. Devices, yes, okay, we got a big pile of thrusters here. And I think we're going to go after the those. And then closed M1 there. And I'm just going to salvage the blocks. Up there. That's where I find I forgot the drill. And right, there's the thruster. Didn't mean to do that. Well, I suppose what we could do is we can drop that in. This is what I'm here for. So let's put that in there. I don't really want to put the saphium in there. Well, just put all the steel plates in. So that thruster's done. I suppose we can just go excavating this way. And oops. Let's just keep. And I need to keep an eye on the oxygen. Wow, why is it? Oh, okay. Starting to wonder whether I'd lost the ship. Oh, the joys and joys of doing this underground. But right, that's the thruster. Let's just make sure. Okay, we got the. And of course, that's going to go straight up into. We're up to nearly 200. Let's keep. Okay, we're underground with an attack coming. This could be interesting. Let me just get off the tool. Right, and we're trapped underneath. Let's just get out of here as quickly as possible. And you can see we're getting all sorts of Hopefully they are going to be attacking the base, not me. I don't think they've actually hit the ship yet. We can get up to the ship as quickly as possible. We could be. Yeah, I think they're more interested. No, they. Guns. You're not going to get me with rockets. Because somebody behind me. They're trying to gang up on me. Okay, there's one down there. What's F6? Let's get F6 that Alpha. Annoying thing is we're going to lose the resources. Ah, come on. Gotcha. There's another one here somewhere as well. Reload. Where are you? There you are. Defended against them. Problem is we're going to lose the drones. It's annoying. Very, very annoying. Question is it going to be worth take this back to the I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one and we're going to push on to the next one, so just get rid of these. And we got 2 medium thrusters from it, so we can't complain. Let's drop that new marker. Should put the. I'm going to go for this one and see what we can find there. Because we're still flying into the sunlight. If I remember correctly, this Crash Titan is actually in shallower water, so we may have a better chance of recovering stuff from it. So we're just in this area now. And we're just going to fly in a little bit closer. Yeah, you can see we're within 25 meters of the ship, so let's have a quick dash down. Okay, only really interested in the thrusters, small thrusters, thruster medium enclosed. We certainly want that, and another thruster enclosed. And I'll just mark them all, I think. We'll start with those. And this time I should be able to work from the ship. It will just salvage the blocks out first. And then kick them. There's a small thruster. We're just going to retrieve that. There's the medium thruster in that direction. Just excavate through here. Okay, just going to check out that there. Keep an eye on the radar this time. What we've got here. These loot boxes. which we've already emptied. So I'm just going to cut through here. Oops, looks like I missed someone. Oh well, it's the obligatory multi-tool. Here's the I think it's time to put this into. We're up to 1200. 1264. It says there's an enclosed thruster that way. 42 meters. It shouldn't take us long to hack through. I'm just going to salvage through the blocks here. And we've got some more loot boxes. It's probably the mirror of where we just been. So we're just going to. There it is. So we're just going to retrieve that. And where's the thruster? That way. Go for that one. There it is. I'm just going to retrieve that one. I'm going to cancel. The game's just going to drop. So that's 1300. And for some reason I've got a couple of hardened steel blocks. I mean, I'm not too worried about going over with the Saphium and some of this other stuff because we can use it later on. Actually, just put it all in. I don't think that won't take the multi-tool. I think that was just wishful thinking. Oops. I think what I do want to do though is, while I'm thinking about it, is just going to give the ship another little bit of a once over. I mean, I don't think we took that much damage, but just want to make sure everything is looking good. Yep. So next thing is just remove thrusters. Oh. I think I can get rid of the patrol vessel tag as well, because that is actually up. Now I think we'll leave it there. If we work our way down here, I'm pretty sure that is now de-rendered, which it has a nasty habit of doing. So let's get down into here again. What else have we got left to tag? So we've only got these two thrusters. It's annoying. Is there actually any RCSs on here? Nope. Okay, I'm just going to tag these last two. There's nothing else as such here that's worth worrying about. If we get these last two thrusters, there's one there like that right on the top. So that's a nice easy one to get. Where's the other one? Right. Salvage. There's the other one as well. Just going to retrieve that. Cancel. And again, just going to drop them into the. We've got less than 200. If there's, hopefully, if there's thrusters on this one down here, that will let me accomplish what I'm trying to do. Very small cobalt deposit here. I don't know, there's part of me says let's go in and get it. I mean, we're not actually in Xerax territory at the moment. I think maybe we will. Now I've got the better drill. I think there is a case to be made to double tab so we can do this. And I think resource drill. Fine drill, resource drill. When this shouldn't take very long because there's only normally just the one deposit down here. I think that's about it. Yep. So we got also a little bit more. I mean, that was a fairly nice win. Let's just check this. Again, I think we're just going to land on the top. Should be relatively safe. I think this is the one where we had the... We're not actually in Xerax territory, so I'm going to risk turning the thrusters off. I'm just gonna... What's the thruster situation here? Nothing. Okay, this is a wasted trip. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing here at all. Oh well, that's the way it goes. And kind of inclined a bit now. Actually, it says sunrise. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves some daylight, and then we're going to see what the Xerax have got over here. Just going to jump out here and grab the tent. Oh, yeah, we need to put that into the bolt. Take the helmet off because we don't. Oops. And that there. F4. Put this into the there. Now we offer fuel. Let's make sure we got all the fuel situation sorted out. Thrusters. And what I want to do is just fly into this area and see what's going on. Yeah, I know we're in Xerax territory. Now we're going to be a little bit careful because there's no guarantees that the bases don't necessarily show up on the radar. So we're just going to have to... Is that a tree or something? So let's just see what's to the west. Last thing I want to do is just come over the top of a hill and run straight into a Xerax base. I think there's something up in front of us there. Wow, I think we just crossed the line. Yeah, you can just see it a little bit there. Got an Epsilon defense there next to some silicon. Another Epsilon defense. There's got to be more in here somewhere. Right, we found an Epsilon defense there. Kind of it. I mean, we could take the Epsilon defense out. I mean, right, found a small Sathian deposit. Maybe we will. Let's just get rid of the. Dodge. Down, low. That's how quickly they're responding. Got one. And missed him. Terrible shot. Okay. I know we've done plenty of these, but I might just be able to scrape enough of the remaining resources from this to finish that capital vessel. Again, we're just going to go in on foot. Where's the entrance then? There it is. Now there is a risk of Xerax patrols up. Where's that up in the trees there? Oh no, it's an optical illusion. Or a graphical illusion is the correct term. But I think we can risk a little bit of I'm gonna leave. Oh god, we got Arachnid here. Had enough of you. And I think we better have something to eat before we get into here. Been so busy, haven't eaten that much. I think we're gonna go in fairly hard and heavy here. I mean, there's no point having a heavyweight sniper rifle if you can't use it. Just go back to normal weapons. Oops. Yeah, we got some stuff from here. Got some force shields. That could be useful because force shields have got neodymium in them. And got some more force shields. That may just be enough for what I want. Container controller. Pick up those force shields. Let's just put. Right, we're right on the edge now of getting this done. We're really happy. Actually, come to think of it, I didn't make a core. We've got plenty of projectile ammunition. So. Haha, gotcha. And right now the core should be made. I thought I'd made the core. Oh, I'm still making it. Okay. I think while we're just doing that, I'm just gonna the jolly old ship once over. I mean, we did take a few whacks. Yeah, we took some whacks on this side. Cockpits. There's one thing we can do is just here we got damage on one thruster and a generator again. One of the problems is that you can actually take damage and through those grills, so that you actually get an effect where the thruster itself is. Container controller again is taking damage, probably because they were shooting from above. Let's see. Well, we can fix that later on. There's damage there on that side. Core should be finished by now. Definitely going to need to turn the thrusters off. Save a bit of fuel. We've got control of this area. Actually, I do want that radar. I think we'll just salvage it with the computers. And got to actually change it, the direct output from my constructor. Keep on forgetting to do that. Although, to be honest, it doesn't do any real harm. I'm just going to drop that in there. And of course, what we're going to do is probably break that. Silver shade. And what we're going to do is just look out these. Okay, inventory full, cannot pick up. Why is that saying it's full? Cancel that. Okay, player. Fridge container controller. Yeah, what we're going to have to do is do this one at a time, so we're just going to have to come here, F2, and that's going to give me 464. Slowly creeping towards that total. Actually, no, we've got way 2, so. I mean, to be honest, if I can get within, say, 50 of this, we got enough spare neodymium. Okay, 1534. Yeah, we're well within range now of the neodymium I've actually got back on my base. So that's pretty good. I'm just going to retrieve some. Oh, why am I taking these blocks? A bit of a fail there. So actually put this onto here. This can all go into the factory. And oops. I mean, it's not going to add to the neodymium. It's just going to add to the. I think what we're going to do is just going to go salvage. Let's just step outside for a moment, and then we're just going to rip apart this base. And this should give me more than enough iron ingots to finish off that CV. So I'm just going to strip off the top layer like this. I mean, I could undermine sections of it like this. If we chop off, we just pick up like that. Oops. And oops. Right, let's just go into here. I mean, where's all the steel plates? 775 steel plates. We keep chopping through this lot. I suppose what I could do is I'm just going to retrieve. Whoops. We retrieve the blocks, then we'll get the full benefit of what we need. Then, as I say, and all of it can go into the. Great, lost another bit, and another bit, but that's okay. If we just keep pumping away this until it tells me that this is the inventory. Just oops. Right, I think I've dropped a little bit too much now, so we'll put the 28 blocks in. We've got the steel plates, and I mean we've got a big chunk of iron ingots as well, but I don't really want that can go in there. That can go in the fridge. What's this? This is anti-toxic. The container controller. F2. Back to here. Just drop all those back in there. And back to here again. Yeah, I think we'll just take the hard and steel blocks from the top like this. And oops. Let's trim this back. Just keep pumping it. I know it's probably a bit dopey, but never mind. Back to steel plates again. But never mind. One thing about the bases here is you okay, I can hear just click out. Say this should more than enough solve the problem. Never been. Just take out. Just leave the terrain nice and neat and tidy. Okay. Oops. Where are you? Let's get back close to what we got there. That just looks like simple rock. So F4. Drop that in there. We've got another 438 plates. And say we got 141 iron ingots. I mean, oops. That's 6 feet within. Let's keep dropping in. Oh, why am I being so cautious? Right, so we've now got all the iron we need and everything else. We just need about another 11 neodymium, which I can get from the reserves that I've got in back in my base. So we're now kitted up and ready to go for the new capital vessel, and what I will probably do is do that. Oh, wow, what is it saying? I'd prepared that. Oops. I'm just going to line up here. I think just to finish this video off, we've got a small Sathium deposit there, and I kind of would like to pick that up if I can find it. Where's this? It's to the south of us, and I just want to pick that up before we leave. We're bound to have so I'm just going to, because it's bound to be defended by a drone probably. Wow, I think I'm a little bit overloaded as well, so then again maybe it won't be defended by a drone. So as I say, just to wind this video up, I'm just going to drop down into here, and I'm just going to jump out, and of course we're going to need the drill. I'm just going to do this with the of course Sathium in this scenario, like most ores, is actually these little blocks. So I'm going to get down here, and I'm just going to pick these up. Okay, welcome back. It seems that there's a little bit more Sathium down there than I thought it was going to be, and I'm not sure I'm going to get all the rest of it. I'm just picking up a few little bits and pieces that have been left, and just to show you, I come into here, you can see I've actually got about 317, and I'm actually getting close to being full up, so we may have to use a little bit of a dodge here. I've got a horrible feeling now my ship is not going to... I think if we use the trick of keeping the Sathium tucked into down here so it's not included in the weight of the ship, I think we might get away with being able to carry that. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to have as much Sathium in that deposit as there turned out to be. Just welcome back to this postscript to the video. what's happened is I've just returned to my base and started unloading, and we've got a warning of an incoming base attack. I'm not seeing anyone coming in just yet. There it is. Okay, we've got trouble coming in from this direction. So, sorry it's in the dark. Can't seem to knock these guys down that well. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like we've woken up the local Xerax quite badly at the moment. Just going to get in here, and you never know, we might get enough loot out of here to finish off the capital vessel. Yeah, we got an oscillator and a little fuel. What I could really do with is a flux coil. So terminate him with extreme prejudice. Well, we got some minigun ammunition, and I think it was just the 2. So it looks like life is going to get a bit more interesting. Hope you enjoyed that brief base attack. Until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.